everybody, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today we're talking about all things Netflix. Since I, like everybody else, have been in self-quarantine, isolation, social distancing because of the coronavirus, I've been watching a lot of stuff on streaming. A lot of stuff has come out on Netflix that I've been trying to catch up on. So we're going to talk about some of that. I watched and am in the process of watching a couple of shows and movies. I'll kind of start with the things that weren't necessarily my favorite and then the things that I did enjoy. The first thing that I watched on Netflix was Self-Made, which is a mini-series about Madam C.J. Walker. She is credited with being the first self-made millionaire in the United States. I was really excited to watch this series as a Black woman with black hair. Madam C.J. Walker is somebody who I've known about for forever, but has never really like looked into her life that much. I think I did a paper on her once in school, like forever ago. I was excited to see like a TV show made about her life, but this show just wasn't my favorite, mostly because after I did some research, I found out that a lot of it was not historically accurate. Just finding out that a lot of liberties were taken with her story and her life, it just kind of took away from the show itself. And it was also, there were just some elements about the show that just, I could see what they were trying to do, it just was not working out that well. So Octavia Spencer, who plays Madam C.J. Walker, was great. Tiffany Haddish is in it, who I'm still deciding how I felt about her in this show. It's a quick watch, only 4 episodes, about like an hour or so each, so you know, if you want to watch it, watch it. The next thing on Netflix that I watched was The Platform. It's a movie that's in Spanish. How do I explain what this movie was? It's like this dystopian, futuristic movie that takes place in this prison, and you follow an inmate who has just arrived in the prison. The prison is divided into levels that go underground. There's a giant hole in the floor, and this platform, hence the name, comes down to each level, and the platform is carrying food, and basically people eat as much food as they can as the platform lowers itself until it's pretty much all gone. There are like hundreds of these levels. I'm giving away the whole movie. Wow, I did. You follow this prisoner who's in this place, and that's all I'm gonna say because I don't want to spoil anything else. I thought the concept was really cool. It's just the ending had me very confused. It flew right over my head. I'm not sure what the ending was supposed to mean. Therefore, the movie as a whole had me confused. It's a cool concept. It's a little gory, a little bit of a suspense thriller aspect to it. So, you know, check it out if you want. The next thing that I watched was a show called Unorthodox. This show follows a young woman who escapes from her unorthodox Jewish community. She escapes to Brooklyn to kind of find a better life, but of course people from her community chase after her, and it's kind of about her trying to avoid them and escape returning to the community. It's primarily spoken in Yiddish, which was cool. I don't think I've ever watched a movie in Yiddish. It's another short watch, only 4 episodes. I really liked the cast. The main actress was really good, really captivating. The story was pretty cool for the most part. There were some things like plot story-wise that were a little for me, but other than that, it was a really good show. Another show that I binged a couple of weeks ago was season 3 of On My Block. I really like the show, and I think it's really funny, but this season, I don't know how I feel about it. It kind of ended a way that makes me unsure if there's going to be a next season, but at the same time, it had a lot of cliffhangers, and they did this kind of like jump forward, fast forward thing. The season itself was pretty good, pretty funny. It picks up right where season 2 left off, so you kind of have to watch the other seasons if you're gonna watch season 3. I have always enjoyed On My Block. Season 3 was just as enjoyable. It wasn't my absolute favorite season. I don't think anything can really top the first season. And then, of course, like I said, the ending was just kind of a little shaky for me. But if you're into the show, I highly recommend that as well. The next thing that I binged on Netflix was this movie. Can you say? Can you binge movies? I don't know. The next thing that I watched on Netflix was a movie called Uncork. This movie is about a young African American man who wants to become a sommelier. Ooh, I think I said that wrong. It's a person who's like a wine expert. That's what it is. It's really a good like father and son movie. But Niecy Nash is in it, who I love, and she plays the main character's mom. It's like a family drama movie, but you kind of get to see this man kind of come into himself and learn about something he really likes, which is wine, which is also something that I really like. The movie is actually like pretty educational. I mean, I already know I didn't know anything about wine before this movie, but after this movie, I like for sure do not know anything about wine, and I just, pick up the cheapest thing that I find in the store. Moving right along, the next thing that I binged was the show Everything Is Not Okay. Now, I will tell you, when this trailer came out, I saw a lot of people upset on Twitter about it, especially because it's like another young adult show with a white female lead. So a lot of people were like up in arms about that. But then I actually watched it and I was pretty shook, and I really enjoyed it. I'm Not Okay With This is based off a comic book of the same name, and it follows the main character, Sydney. She discovers that she has like these superpowers, and basically she's trying to deal with them while dealing with being in high school and life and things like that in her family. It's very like Carrie-esque, which I think is the point, but it honestly like put a whole different spin on it, and it was something that I was not expecting, especially the ending. Oh my god. I'll just say it was mind-blowing. It stars Sophia Lillis, who has been in It. She was also in this HBO show that I really liked like a year or so ago called Sharp Objects. So I really like her as an actress. I think she did really good in this role. Yeah, this one was a really quick watch. I think each episode is like less than 30 minutes, but I highly recommend it. Despite what people were saying about when the trailer dropped and things like that, it actually turned out to be surprisingly good. I hope they have a new season coming because I really enjoyed this one. The last thing that I binged on Netflix and am currently in the process of binging because I literally just started it like a few days ago is the show Ozark. I'm only about halfway through the first season right now, and let me tell you, I have been sucked in and I am loving this show. It follows a financial advisor who works for a drug cartel. He ends up owing a lot of money to this drug lord, and he basically ships his family off to this lakeside community in Missouri, Lake of the Ozarks, and tries to deal with his situation or resolve his situation while there. It's a pretty like dark drama. It stars Jason Bateman, who I am a big fan of. I really like a lot of his movies, and I think he actually directs this show, which is cool. So far it has been a pretty wild ride. The newest season just came out not too long ago, so that is why I decided I wanted to go ahead and get into it so I could catch up with everybody else. So those are all the things that I've been binging on Netflix right now. Because of the coronavirus, there aren't a lot of new movies coming out. A lot of them actually are coming out on streaming, which is great. Just everything that was going to be in the theaters is no longer in theaters because you can't go to the movies anymore. So I'm thinking of getting into some other streaming platforms like Hulu and Amazon Prime and also Disney Plus. So hopefully I'll start doing some reviews of movies and shows that are on those platforms as well. And of course, I'm gonna keep watching things on Netflix. Alright, well, thank you so much for watching. What have you been binging on Netflix while you've been like self-isolating and things like that? Let me know in the comments, and I will see you guys next time. Bye!